Good morning. Today's Saturday, February 20th, and we're going to live solve the New York Times crossword. It's by Ali Gascoigne, which is definitely not a familiar name and one that feels like I would probably remember. It's Saturday, so could be tricky. Who knows? Let's see what we got. I'm not wearing a hat today. My mom complained that she can't see my hair during these solves. And my hair is extra ridiculous after a year of pandemic, so you're stuck with it. Requirement. Let's see. Wage conflict. So that's probably a war clue, right? Like wage war. Things often hit during rush hour. So you often hit a traffic jam. I think that's Too Short. Too Short, I think, was the name of this rapper, but I wonder if that means that we've got something tricky. That was a great song. Wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. Subject of the 17th Amendment. I have no idea. Bit of inside info. So like a stock tip, a trade tip. Cold War missile type. Believer in the horned god. That's interesting. The horned god. So I think this is like Norse mythology, right? Excellent campaign figure informally. I think that's probably just Paul, like politician. Front on the waterfront is the prow of the ship. Out of one's head, I think might be like loco. Thank goodness I just got a few answers. That was starting to get pretty yucky. Sci-fi portals are like time travel, whatever. Borders. This is probably cusps, right? Cold War. Was it a Scud missile? Must be. Sci-fi portals. Fairy tale villain. So usually that's ogre. I'm trying to think. There's wolf. What are the other villains in a fairy tale? Interesting. Unless I'm mistaken. Well, these are Eliots. George Eliot and T.S. Eliot. You have my vote. Jeering words after a prank. I got you. I could be wrong. I'm not sure. Oh boy, I wish I knew her name because that would make this a really easy confirmation cross. The Queen's Gambit was really pretty enjoyable. At first, when I heard of the Queen's Gambit, I was just so annoyed. I was like, really, do we need another period piece about a queen? And then it turns out it's about chess, which is not at all what I was expecting. So I think it's not the best name for that because I really was put off by, just another royal family saga. Clear, erase. Things you barely see at art galleries. Interesting. Time for an exhibition. Word derived from the Greek for age. Age. That's interesting. This will be one that'll make a lot of sense once I get it, but till then it might be tough. Rafters next to a beam. Organization with resources on smart growth. Is that the EPA? I feel like this might be a Green New Deal kind of thing, but I'm not totally sure. Fashion initials Yves Saint Laurent is usually what we're going to get here. 12 months from now is 1 year. 12 months from now, 1 year. Do a favor. Assist maybe, or reclined. Lane. Is it going to be Lane or Laid? Lane uses a stylus on a credit card reader. E-Signs. Role in 2012's The Dark Knight Rises. Dark Knight Rises. So that's the one that had Bane and it had Catwoman, right? That was Anne Hathaway's Catwoman, I think, right? Take on Whole. Really not good anymore. Huh. Specialty. Aristophanes. He was a specialist in supporting character. So supporting character is someone who's voting with you or has your back. A supporting character like buddy cop. So this is one I probably should know, and I probably did know, but today, right now, I don't. Remove one's coat is shed. I don't love that because you don't remove it. Like, it comes off naturally, right? Wealth. Adds 1 point to a soccer team's standing in the English Premier League. I'd say it must be tie. Is it a tie? Proceeding very, very quietly. Poppycock. Singer whose name becomes a city if you add an R in the middle. Oh, God. Singer whose name becomes a city if you add R in the middle. I was really hoping it'd just be like Adele or like the first thing I thought of, but it isn't as yet, or it could be as per. I don't. As yet might not be right. I shouldn't put that in just yet. Reaction to some PDA. Get a room. I think that sounds about right. Out of one's head. Port of Southeast Spain. Yikes. That's tough. That is tough. What even are... I'm trying to like... I don't know. Restaurant chain originally called Chicken on the Run. So it's not Chick-fil-A, right? What else is there? There's like Kookaroo is a chicken place. Kentucky Fried Chicken. But I don't know. Protective suits. Yoicks. Trig function. It's amazing how often we see trig functions in crossword puzzles because obviously trig functions aren't a real part of actual life. So thought I was done with those after I finished calculus. But I really don't remember my trig functions. I remember sine and cosine, and I wonder if this is just COS for cosine. I don't really know. Sevastopol is its largest city. Yikes. Humorist Leo. Shades as with a pencil. Like tints. Thick as thieves. Close. Reigns are eras. That's an interesting one because you think this is a verb, right? He reigns over something or she reigns over something, and instead it's the noun. Sure, it could be. I guess so. It's weird with the three letters, the three S's in a row. One might have a bunch of errands. To-do list. Anti-consumerist aiming to help the environment. Homie. So Beam could be wrong here. I'm not sure. Homie feels like pal or bro or BFF. One doing some stitching. Methadone or oxycodone. Opiate. Kind of a state. Buddy of Barnaby Jones. So rafter. Maybe this is Ibar, which is just like kind of beam, right? But this is Buddy Ibsen, I'm pretty sure, despite having never seen Barnaby Jones. This one's on me. Let's see what we got here. Take on, assume the responsibility, make extremely upset. They're not good at, well, that's rotten. Make extremely upset, gut. Boy, that's interesting. I'm glad I got the crosses because gut might have been a little tough there. But I feel really good about E signs, assume, and rotten. I think those are all right. Something is better than ever. Sticks? Could that be it? Do a favor. Sticks. Actress Petty. Lori, Lonnie. Card. Wit. Requirement. Requirement is a must. Something. Wage conflict, say. So maybe it's not. I mean, I said it was a war clue, but it could be about your wages, your salary, like your salary negotiation, a wage conflict. Things often hit during rush hour. That's really interesting. Things often hit during rush hour. Car horns. Yeah? You okay with that? Are we on board here? Oh, draw. So that makes way more sense because a tie, I was like, there's no way that is going to be part of that. So draw makes a lot more sense. Requirement. Okay. So I really thought this was too short. I really thought that was the name of the rapper. I wish. Subject of the 17th Amendment. So this is probably U.S. something, right? Supporting character, mascot, okay. It's U.S. Senate, maybe? Does that sound good? Ursula. Requirement must do. Ursula. But that's another one. Thank goodness I had the crosses because it doesn't ring a bell. Wealth is a ton, must do. Proceeding very, very quietly on tiptoe. Oops. Okay. Bit of inside info. So like intel or a stock tip, pro tip maybe? Pro tip. I guess we have tiptoe. We're probably not going to have tip here. Believer in the horned god. Oh, this must be like Wiccan. Excellent. A-okay. A-okay. Out of one's head. Out of one's head. Sci-fi portals. Star gates. This must be secret something, right? Protective suits. Secret. Protective suits. Fairy tale villain must be like a crone. It's interesting, like a crone, I kind of feel like is sort of another word for witch, and Wiccan, I also kind of feel like is another word for witch. And those are both not totally true, but close enough. Close enough to remind me of them, of one another. Unless I'm mistaken, like, or not, I guess. You have my vote. You have my vote. Jeering words. Okay, so this is not 1 year. This is in a year. 12 months from now. That makes way more sense. And I got you. Wait, I gotcha. Because you barely see it in art gallery nudes. Because you see them and they are barely. It's not, I don't love it. Time for an exhibition. Something season. Feels like something season, right? Neon. Organization with resources. So this must be EPA. Do a favor. Whole. Poppycock. So this is Pshaw, which is not great. Whose name becomes a city if you had an R in the middle? So, who is a singer with 4 letters in their name? Akon? Yeah, and Akron. Wow. I'm kind of amazed that just came to me. I couldn't name you one single Akon song. But that's it. Akon, add an R, it's Akron, home of LeBron James. And I think Goodyear Tires is also from Akron. Wage conflict is pay gap. Okay, that works. I wish. Was it Skilo? Is that the name of this guy? I think so. Maybe the name of the song was too short. Oh, no, it was I Wish. That's idiotic. Was the name of the album too short? I feel like something was too short. Hot tip. So this is interesting. I said it wasn't going to be tip because on tiptoe, but we have tip right here, which is too overlappy for my liking. And this is Popeyes, a chicken place, but like the most popular chicken place and the one I didn't mention. Port of Southeast Spain. Excellent. Ace. Alicante. Out of one's head is Cray. Sevastopol must be Crimea. Crimea. This is interesting. I don't know what this is, but R-O blank T-E-N, and then we've already got R-O-T-T-E-N right there. Don't love it. That's too overlappy. Grays. It's a yes from me. You got my vote. So what's this? Anya Taylor-Joy, Grays, Roston. So Roston and Rotten. Protective suits. Secret. I think they're consumerists. aiming to help the environment. Homey. So I-bar might not be right here, but I don't really know what it is. One doing some stitching, I guess, is a seamer. This is nanny state, and this is season. Sticks is still the only thing I can think of that fits here, but actress petty, whole, entirety. I'm gonna say this is probably Lori. Specialty must be satire, I guess. Oh, Edda is better. Edda is better than Eva. That's funny. Anti-consumerists aiming to help the environment. Time for an exhibition. Preseason. Secret service. Do a favor. Oblige. Oh, so this is Eve and Rafter. Homie pal. All right. Well, we did it. Wish that my lag time would catch up here. Usually takes me a minute there. 21:10 for a live Saturday solve. That's not too bad. There's some really interesting fill here. I don't love the overlappy stuff. The on tiptoe, when we also have hot tip, Rostin and Rotten. It also feels like there's a lot of I stuff. I gotcha. It's a yes from me. There was another one I was going to point out, which I guess so. That's a little bit me heavy. U.S. Senate, that's just a little bit jolty and awkward. Skilo, my God, that's 26-year-old song that I know and remember, and still it's pretty tough fill. I don't love having both eras and eon. I think that's a little overlappy too. But there's a lot of interesting stuff, and that's the main thing, especially on a Saturday when we're not going to have a theme with it. Freegans, that doesn't really ring a bell for me. I don't know. Here's another egocentric clue or fill on me. Just a lot of me and I, and that seems really wow. And I didn't even realize Akon crosses Skilo. I mean, those are both really tough. And then you throw in Alicante here. Actually, the more I look at this, the more surprised I am that this didn't take a little longer. Crimea, it feels like you could have clued that with more like current events, or it's been in the news a lot in the last few years. So it seems pretty reasonable to clue it with something a little more current. Lori Petty, no idea. Catwoman, I really like this. I mean, Dark Knight Rises is fantastic. Anne Hathaway is either really great or really bad in stuff. And this is one that I think she's really great in. So that's a plus. But overall, I mean, really not too bad for a Saturday live solve. I appreciate your guys' help today. And I hope that you'll check out CrossBoss.blog to read the full write-up when I have it up later today. Please, if you enjoyed the video, like it and subscribe to the feed. I'll keep posting these about once a week. And otherwise, I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week for another live solve of the New York Times crossword. All right. Have a great day.